They use them to blackmail us. You see many of them making video, attacking Mazen Nandika, calling him different kinds of names. You see many of them making video, attacking Mazen Simon Ekpa, calling him different kinds of names. Sometimes you see them, they play to one side and think they are supporting you. Some of them will present Mazen Nandika and tell you how good it is. The next thing, they will turn the blame on you and make you feel that you are the problem and not them. Any content creator, any speaker that comes online to make you feel that you are the problem, that the Igbos are the problem of what they are facing, tell that person he's a liar. Don't pay attention. More especially when that person is not one of us. When that person is not one of us, and the person will come to try to educate you to tell you that you are the cause of your problem. These are manipulations. Emotional manipulations. Don't pay attention to it. It doesn't matter who the person is. As I said before, only the Igbos knows how an Igbo man feels, an Igbo woman feels. Only the Igbo people know how they feel, what they are going through, and how their pain is. If you're not an Igbo man, you're not an Igbo woman, you can't tell us how we feel. You will not understand how we feel. You can never, ever fathom how we feel. You can never. We appreciate your concern. We appreciate your explanation, but I bet you don't know how we feel. Every Igbo person should begin to pay attention to emotional blackmail. And the most dangerous thing today, they have known and seen our weakness. They know the way we love. That when we love with all our heart. When we give with everything in us. They know. And today, when they see those areas where we love, they use it against us. They bring their blackmail. And at the end of the day, they will tell you, you are the cause of your problem. They will divert your attention and channel your energy against your own brother. We know that we have some idiots who claim to be Igbos, but they are not. And we don't need anybody to educate us about those idiots. We know them. And when the time comes, we will deal with them. We don't need any outsider to come and educate us about these clowns among us. We know them. But at the same time, we know why they are surviving. We know why they are where they are. We know why they are doing what they are doing. That is why we are focused on the real enemy. When you cut off the head of the snake, that is the only time we'll be sure that you have defeated the snake. But when you cut the tail of the snake can still strike. And the poison can still be very, very effective. The only way to remove the snake completely is to cut off the head of the snake. And the body will become useless. But when you cut the tail, this head will still be as poisonous as ever. The head will still survive and continue to cause damage, to take as many lives as it can. But when you take off that head, that is the end of the story. You know, in my platform, I don't like calling names. I don't like calling names, unless when it becomes necessary. But I expect anybody that has been watching my program should be able to be applying their common sense. Whenever I throw a message, you apply your common sense and know where it is going and make the necessary applications. We are on social media. We are on social media. And in our message, we try to be as civil as we can. What you are seeing today that is happening in Nigeria, it is not just politics. It's about psychological warfare, media manipulation, and emotional sabotage, targeted at the Igbo Biafran soul. Every Igbo Biafran must stop sleeping. We must keep our eyes open, be awake at all times. Biafrans, this is time to be emotionally intelligent. This is the time for every Biafran to be emotionally intelligent. not reactive, not broken, but strategic and confidence. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is nothing they have not thrown on him. We should borrow leave from our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is nothing that has not been thrown at him, but yet he is not reactive. He is not broken. He is strategic and confident whenever he appears. Even when we get worried, whenever he appears, you see the way his appearance energizes the Biafrans and give us a new face and new strength to fight on. Appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't come to make us cry. It doesn't appear in the cause to make us feel pity for him, no. Every of his appearance gives us courage to speak out more, gives us courage to demand for our rights, gives us courage to pursue that which is needed for our freedom. Biafrans, this time, the time that we are in, it is time for us to be emotionally intelligent. Every single one of us as Biafrans, you must be emotionally intelligent, especially the Biafrans, Igbo Biafrans, especially Igbo Biafrans. You must not be reactive. You must not be broken. You must be strategic and confident at all times. Just like our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just like our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. He has never wavered. Even in the territory of the enemies. You can imagine Mazi Simon Ekpa on international stage, where the European Union are, where the main devil that is controlling the world, where they are. And yet he refused to denounce Biafra. And yes, he stood his ground and ready to face whatever be the outcome. Mazi Simon Ekpa is very, very emotionally intelligent. The same thing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These our leaders are emotionally intelligent. There is nothing you can do to break them down. Nothing. There's nothing that has not been thrown at them. Nothing. Privately, publicly, public life, private life. There's nothing that has not been thrown on them. But you don't see them. They're not reactive. They're not broken. But every time they are strategic and confident. Look at the way the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going. He's not bothered. This is the time for us to be emotionally intelligent. I want every one of us to understand this clearly. Wherever you are watching us, I want you to understand this clearly. The Nigerian government, their handlers, knows that they can't defeat truth. They know very well. The Nigerian government and their handlers know they can't. They can never defeat the truth. So they try to destroy your emotional balance. They try to destroy our emotional balance. That is what they are doing today through their media, using content creators, including content creators that are of Igbo origin. That is why you must be careful who you watch, what you listen to. Be very careful. Be very careful. And you must be emotionally intelligent for you to survive this time that we are in. They have unleashed all manner of propaganda and blackmails. The emotional attack on Biafrans, emotional blackmail on Biafrans is unimaginable. And more are coming. More are coming. It is much more dangerous that they will use your brother, your sister, your colleague, your fellow agitator to push their agenda. They go to any length. Every one of us must prepare for what is coming. They are trying to destroy our emotional balance. And what they are doing is that they use fear to make you silent. They use fear to make you silent. the kidnapping of Mazen Nandekan was to silence Biafra completely. And when they couldn't succeed, they saw that Mazen Simon Ekpa became much more outspoken than you can ever imagine. Biafra became louder. When they introduced that fear by kidnapping Mazen Nandekan, we refused to be afraid. Mazen Simon came on board. Even with all their threat, he continued. They didn't succeed. They put their social media laws everywhere, different kinds of laws to make sure that we don't speak. But we are not bothered. We move forward as long as we are working in line with international law. We are not scared. As long as everything that we are doing is in line with international law, their threat is not for us. They use mockery to make you doubt yourself. They use mockery. They mock us at all times to make us doubt ourselves. That is why you see some of them, when they come out, they will tell you, you are the cause of your problem. You are the cause of your problem. Your people are not supporting. If you see, the problems we have within ourselves, we the Biafran, but when I have a problem, when I see somebody who is not a Biafran coming in to educate me about what the cause of my problem is, it's really laughable. The only thing you see there is mockery. Some of them, when they come, they talk about Mazen Nandekan, you think they like him. They just want to mock you. When they use Mazen Nandekan in their program, when they speak about Mazen, at the end of it, you see mockery. That is how you identify those people. Don't just listen to people because they call Mazen Nandekan, because they put picture of Mazen Nandekan, because they mention Mazen Nandekan. Listen carefully to the message they are passing. There are people, even of Igbo extraction, that are doing that. When they talk about Mazen Nandekan, they mock you. At the end of the day, you look deep into what they say. It is just mockery to mock you. But some of us, emotionally, we fall into that trap. And you say, oh, he's right. Oh, he talked about Mazen Nandekan. Oh, yes, our people are not even doing anything. Our people are not doing anything. We are the ones that are the holy Mazen Nandekan. We are the ones that say he will not release. We are the ones who are holding Mazen Nandekan down. We say that we know that there are interests. But the person that is speaking, what is their motive? That person that is talking that rubbish, what effort has he or she made for the freedom of Mazen Nandekan, if you're concerned? Because we are talking about humanity here. This mockery, so many of us are not paying attention. So many people today that talk about Mazen Nandekan, speak about Mazen Simon, they mock us. You know, there was a time when their mockery was in the open. They do it without minding. But today, for the fact that Mazen Nandekan have won the heart of public opinion today is 100% on the side of Mazen Nandekan. So people know that when they come in and condemn Mazen Nandekan directly, that people are not going to pay attention. People will be wondering if you're living on the planet Earth or what. What they come is they come with mockery. They start with a kind of a statement that you would think that maybe they are neutral, or maybe they are trying to say something reasonable, or they're trying to provide a solution. But at the end of the day, they are mocking you. These are what we are seeing today to attack our emotional balance. And some of us are falling victim. Another thing they have as their plan, they use as a weapon, is division. Dividing to make you fight your own brothers. They divide us to make us fight ourselves. Intentionally, they do it. And I bet you, some of us are not paying attention. Most of the division we have today has its origin from the government of Nigeria, from those that hate Biafra, from the haters of the Igbos. They push this narrative. You think they are providing solution. At the end of the day, their target is to create division. Their target is creating. And some people innocently fall victim, thinking that these people mean well for them. But at the end of the day, they will use you to achieve their own aim. Through that emotional blackmail, and they destroy emotional balance. You begin to think that they are talking about it. But meanwhile, their main mission is to make you fight against your brother. They divide us. They create division to make you fight your own brother. That is the weapons they use against us at this present time that we must be very careful about. Another thing that they use in this present day is propaganda. Propaganda to make you lose focus. They use propaganda to make us look focused. And I bet you many of us Biafrans are falling for this nonsense. Many of us Biafrans are falling for this nonsense. Unconfirmed information, propaganda. Sometimes they will create a content and they send it to the social media with an Igbo name or with a Biafran name. And at the same time, they will go back and tell you, oh, that was a propaganda. It wasn't true. So and so said this, and they posted members of IPOB or somebody posted this. These are all manipulations. These are manipulations to attack our emotions, and we must be awake at all times. If you have not shared this program, please share this program. This topic is something that is of concern for everyone. The attack on our emotional balance today that they are doing against us using content creators. There is one that is on top of the game today. There is one content creator, very popular content creator that all of you know. Today, he is the one championing this emotional blackmail against us. But initially, when he comes and talk about Mazen Nandekan, you think he meant well, right? You thought he meant well, but look at where he's coming. If you say you're an activist, a protest was held for Mazen Nandekan, an innocent man, that every single person accept that he's innocent. Public opinion have confirmed that Mazen Nandekan is innocent. So what you should have done is to use your platform to promote that very protest. There is nothing that stops you to be in that protest. You're supposed to be there. You are supposed to be there. A protest champion, not even by an Igbo person, a Yoruba man, in the show. But you were not there. Instead, you came in and you created a distraction. At the peak of that protest, you created a distraction. You created a distraction to distract and drive the mind of people from the in thing that was happening. And this is part of the manipulation and emotional blackmail I'm talking about. You push that agenda. And today, that chaos is still there. Today, when you look at everything that is happening in your speech, it's an attack, a blackmail against the Igbo people. The same thing we are fighting against. You see, my fellow Biafrans, we Igbos, we are so emotional. When we support with our heart, our mind. When we give everything. We don't even keep reserve. But I think time has come. Time has come for us to change the way we do things and the way we think. Time has come for us to look into our emotional intelligence. We need to build on that. Build on that. So many of us are not emotionally intelligent. So many of us, we are not. When somebody praises you, oh, Igbo man, you begin to clap. You forget everything, you begin to clap, and you lose your senses. When somebody says, oh, Mazen Nandekan, free Mazen Nandekan, after all, he didn't do anything, you lose your senses. You don't do anything. You lose your senses completely. And then you push the person to the height, and the person now begin to control what you say and what you do. Control the narrative. Shift your mind from what you're supposed to do, and you'll be doing something different. Before you realize it is too late. We must be very careful. You must be very careful. With all this emotional blackmail they threw against Mazen Nandekan, all the propaganda, all these strategies we applied against Mazen Nandekan. But what did Mazen Nandekan do? How did Mazen Nandekan handle it? How did Mazen Simon Ekpa handle these issues when he came up? Because he came up. They use even Biafrans, Igbo Biafrans, to blackmail Mazen Nandekan. They use Igbo Biafrans to blackmail Mazen Simon Ekpa emotionally. We saw it. How did they handle it? Mazen Nandekan faced the enemy with calmness. He was calm at all times. He faced the enemy with composure. He faced the enemy with confidence. Even in the lion's den, he never lost control of his emotions. Have you seen Mazen Nandekan in the court? Did you see the way the case of Mazen Nandekan is going? They throw everything at him. He started the same way he started the case is how he said it. And I'm going to play some videos that Mazen Nandekan made before we got to where we are today. I want to take you to the video Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made before we got to where we are today. I want to take you to where the videos that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made before we got to the video. So you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is composed. His composure is top-notch. There is nothing to be compared with it. I want you to see his statement that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made before we got to where we are today, and you compare it to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying today. This stance that he had taken, the stance that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had taken and saying no case. This no case submission of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said from the earlier part of his case to this day. Thank you, that the internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. I want you to listen to this.
Me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself.
They remove it.
I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me.
They remove that long
Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah, based on that, they remove London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196?
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. Violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
You see how they were violating their law. All to provoke Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to anger. All to manipulate him. All to deal with him emotionally. They turn around their case, the law against Mazi Nnamdi, even when they know that they have no legal right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Their law says that. It is not just that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying, no, you can't try me. No, this is what the Nigerian law says. But you see, when they push this information in their own media, you see some of them, when they analyze in their media, they talk in their media as if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a novice. He doesn't know what is it. Why will he say he will not defend himself? Why will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not take a stand? Why will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not take a defense? But their law says that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, their law says that they don't even have the right to sit on the case of Mazi Nnamdi. That is what the law says. And from day one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows this. They try to bully him. They try to push him right and to break him down, to make him make that mistake. They push him right, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to stand on his ground up to this minute as we speak. On the other occasion, I want you to listen to this. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also said. The same thing on his case.
Coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says.
As simple as that.
Not me.
As simple as that.
Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism.
Yes.
Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. I don't have it in my case.
You see what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, quoting their law for them before the press, before the whole world. And what is their aim of going against their own law? All these things are emotional blackmail to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and make sure that he loses focus. But I tell you, from all these distractions to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deviate from the right way to defend himself, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained calm. He remained composed and he remained confident that the Nigerian government has no jurisdiction to try him. All he needs is to present his case, quote the law for them, lawfully, according to their own law, not even international law this time, according to Nigerian law. Every single thing he quoted here was according to Nigerian law. You cannot stand on illegality and begin to talk about legality. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world, including in their own law. But you go to their media, they try to blackmail. They try to use that emotional sentiment. They use their media like that ape face in her eyes. The ape face. When I played the video, so you see how he was saying Mazin Naniga, that it's not sure that Mazin Naniga, you know the consequence of not representing himself, you know the consequence of not standing trial. Some of them say that Mazin Naniga is running away from trial. When at the first place, no case is against him. There's no case against him. What do you want to try? So I played these videos for you to understand how focused and calm Mazin Nanigan has been upon all the attack on his emotion, upon all the manipulation and emotional blackmail upon him. Mazin Nanigan remained calm, remained composed, and remained confident. Even in the lion den, he never lost control of his emotions. How many of us can be able to stand and have this kind of emotional intelligence that Mazin Nandekano has, that Mazin Simon Ekpa also has? What you are seeing in the life of Mazin Nandi Okukano is emotional intelligence in action. Emotional intelligence in action. You saw him last time when he called out, when he came into the court, he invoked the God of justice and called the media to make sure they carried out that, make sure that they got it, to make sure that the media caught that word. He invoked the God of justice upon the Zolika Republic and called out the evil media and their evil. Mazin Nandekano have displayed emotional intelligence to the highest level. And this is what every single one of us as Biafrans today know we need. More especially the Igbo Biafrans, you need it. You need it because the government of Nigeria have unleashed many media warriors. They have unleashed many media, social media warriors. There are many, thousands of, go to TikTok, you see them everywhere. You see them everywhere, blackmailing. Some of them, they will start with a story. You think they are with you. At the end of the day, just give them a second. You listen carefully to where they are coming from. They will end up turning you against your brother. They will end up telling you that your brother is your problem. They will end up telling you that it is your brother that is holding myself. And all of us know that the ball lies on the table of the head of state. The presidency has the right to give the order. Nobody controls him or tells him what to do or what not to do. The executive have the right. Their duty is to implement the law. Their duty, the duty of the executive is to implement the law. And that was why the protest that was held by Omoyele Sowore, which Aloy Ejimakor attended, was a protest to the presidency, to the executive, to implement the law. All they were asking is that executive, implement the law. The judiciary have interpreted the law. Implement it. The appeal court have interpreted the law. Implement the law that the appeal court have interpreted. That's what the protest was all about. Everybody has to tighten up their belt. This is the time we all, more especially Igbo Biafrans, you need that emotional intelligence. You need that emotion. Now that you see there's a lot of attack, even in your means of livelihood, they have taken over their, what do they call it? Their governance. You are not part of it. You are not part of their Nigeria. But today, they are crippled into your business. The attack today is on the business where they know that you have a stronghold. They have attacked your finance, attack your buildings, your marketplace, but now they want to attack the source of the business itself. Nigeria attack on the Igbos is not stopping. It's not stopping. They gave you 20 pounds after the civil war and you survived. They can't imagine how could they give you 20 pounds and you survive. You still come and you do your business. They increase your tax. You pay the tax and you continue your business. They increase the amount you use in clearing your goods. They impose tax in every item you bring, yet you are progressing. Now, they are going to attack the source itself. And they are already failing. But you must be emotionally strong. You must be emotionally strong so that you don't gamble into something, or you speak against yourself, or you walk against yourself. You must be emotionally strong. What Mazi Nankan has displayed this period in the court is what we call emotional intelligence in action. Controlling your reaction in the face of manipulation. Controlling your reaction in the face of manipulation. As they continue to manipulate, and don't just react. Don't just react. Don't just be reactive. Be calm, be composed and confident, and focus on the reality of the day. When the world expects him to explode, Mazi Nankan comes and he smiles. When they think Mazi Nankan will explode, he will come and he will smile. When they hope he would crumble, he stood tall. When they tried to break his followers, he told them, no retreat, no surrender. We are Biafrans. When they tried to break us up, you saw him speak in the court. He said, I agitate for Biafra. It is my right to agitate for Biafra. That word is so powerful and strong. Because in a normal sense, it is because of Biafra that Mazi Nankan is in the court of Nigeria. It is why they are persecuted, because of self-determination of the Biafra people. And they want him to stop mentioning that word. But in their court, Mazi Nankan hits his chest and say, I agitate for Biafra. It is my right to agitate for Biafra. And that word gave us courage, strength, more energy to fight on. In the same vein, Mazi Simon Ekpa spoke in the court. When he was visited in the court, he also said that we should remain strong. No retreat, no surrender. We should keep faith and continue to march on. These are men that can control their emotions. Emotional intelligence in action. You that is a Biafra from wherever you are today, this is the time for us to activate that emotional intelligence. Borrow leaf from our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I want Biafrans to learn these lessons. Every single Biafran, wherever you are, please share this broadcast if you're not sharing it. If you have not shared this broadcast, share it. Click like to the broadcast, share it and click like. If you're watching on TikTok, tap on the screen and share. If you're watching on Facebook, tap on the screen and share. Share on Facebook. You're watching on YouTube, share the broadcast and click like. Listen carefully, my people of Biafra, lovers of freedom across the world. This struggle is not just physical. The struggle for Biafra is not just physical. It is psychological warfare. If you don't know that, you better know that now. This struggle for Biafra is not just physical. It's psychological warfare. They are not fighting your body. They are fighting your mind and emotions. That is where we are today. The major warfare that is going on today, the major warfare is against our mind and our emotions. If they can make you angry at your own people, if they can make you angry at your brother, at your own people, they win. This is why in my platform, I am mindful to what I say. It doesn't matter how aggrieved I am. There are so many things that I don't agree with in the course that we are pursuing. But when I make my speech, I mind my words. I don't feed the enemy what they want to hear. I don't come to my platform to feed the enemy. I don't do that. I don't come to my platform to create a content for enemy to feed on. No. If they can make you angry at your own people, they win. If they can make you believe you are powerless, they win. If they can make you lose emotional control, they win. These are things we have to guide against. Because any one of these things that we lose, they win. They win. They will rejoice. They will celebrate. I will take it again. If they can make you angry at your own brother, they win. If they make you believe you are powerless, they win. If they make you lose emotional control, they win. Wherever you are, you must pay attention. But if you master your emotion, stand firm in confidence and faith, you will win. Every one of us should be able to master our emotions, stand firm in our confidence and faith. In that, we can win and remain a winner. They will not dare us. My fellow Biafrans, these informations are very important. That is why I say you don't watch alone. You call your neighbors to get this information. In this emotional warfare and blackmail, every one of us must stand up. If you master your emotions, stand firm in confidence, faith, you win. This is why emotional stability is now a revolutionary weapon. Emotional stability is now a revolutionary weapon. Maybe you don't know. Now you know. A calm mind can be manipulated. When you are calm, you cannot be manipulated. A focused heart can't be distracted. When your heart is focused, you cannot be distracted. A confident Biafran can't be broken. If you have confidence in yourself, you believe in your Biafranness with confidence, you can never be broken. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how many people they imprison. It doesn't matter how many people they kill. It doesn't matter how many people they take out. You will not be broken. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, it is a time for action. It is a time for a call for action. So today, I challenge every listener in this program today, wherever you are, whichever nation you come from, wherever nation you're watching from, whether Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Africa, Biafra land, I challenge every listener. Take your mind back from your oppressor. Take your mind back from your oppressor. Those manipulators you are following online. Those manipulators, you think they are of good for you. Some of you call them activists. You confuse them for activists. Some of you see them as Messiah, but they are oppressors. Take your mind back from your oppressors. Stop letting the media define how you feel. Every one of us should stop letting the media define how we feel. Let the confidence of Maazin Nandi Ukukano be your mirror. The confidence of our Supreme Leader Maazin Nandi Kanu should be our mirror. Each and every one of us. That should be the only mirror that we have. Not the media. Not the media. Not the media. Not the fear they project out there. Let the confidence of our Supreme Leader, Maazin Nandi Ukukano, be your mirror. not the fear they project out there. My fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, I want you to repeat this word along with me wherever you are. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to repeat this word with me. They can't break my mind. They can't break my spirit. I am Biafra, unshakable and free. I want you to repeat this word wherever you are watching me from. Say this word yourself. Say it yourself. They can't break my mind. They can't break my spirit. I am Biafra, unshakable and free. Say it again and again and again. Comment that word below in this platform as you're watching. Comment it on the comment section. Let's flood this live chat with those words of power. They can't break my mind. They can't break my spirit. I am Biafra, unshakable and free. We have come a long way. And we are going to win this battle. A lot has happened, and a lot is going to happen. We must be able to take over our mind. Don't allow your mind to be manipulated. We need emotional intelligence now. Every one of us. Activate your emotional intelligence. The time is now. The time is now. There is no other time than this time that we are in. We have reached to the last point, the elastic limit. That is where we are. That is why you must prepare yourself. Every secret is now exposed. Every secret is now exposed. Whatever is hidden is now in the open. The messages we have been preaching for decades, what Mazen Nandekan have been preaching for decades and people refuse to listen. Today, every single one of them, they are the one preaching it. That is why you see Mazen Nandekan appear in smiles even in difficult time. The Christian genocide that they are preaching again today, this is what Mazen Nandekan have preached for long, long years ago. Mazen Nandekan spoke about Christian genocide. The issue of Boko Haram, Mazen Nandekan spoke about it in London when he was protesting on behalf of the Nigerians, not Biafra. Some of you don't know that Mazen Nandekan protested for this so-called Nigeria. Some of you do not know that our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekan protested for Nigeria in London, in the public. I don't know if I can find the video to play it. I know many of you have seen that video. But for the sake of those who did not see it, I wish I could be able to get that video so that I can play it. You will see where Mazen Nandekan was protesting for Nigeria in London.
My name is Nnamdi. The reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy. We are not pleased with what is happening, and that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families. People who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government, to the High Commissioner, that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria.
You have had the person you see protesting there is our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, protesting on behalf of Nigeria. And he said it in ABC, northern part of Nigeria, the killing in northern part of Nigeria should be stopped by Boko Haram. And that was the genocide of Christians that they are talking about today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about it a decade ago, warned them, protested in London. Did you hear him mention Biafra there? Did you hear anything Biafra in his mouth? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never mentioned anything Biafra. It was a protest to save Nigeria. And he warned them, if you continue to force people through your Boko Haram organization to join a religion which is not theirs, you will end up create a breakup of the country. That's what it's going to lead to. That what we want is a peaceful coexistence between every religion, every tribe, and every group.